Hi, I'm Izzy,
And I'm Charlie.
and we're with the Santa Barbara Middle School Teen Press, and we're here with...
Phoebe.
It's nice to meet you, Phoebe.
Nice to meet you, Izzy. Nice to meet you, Charlie.
So, we understand that you grew up between California and South Africa. Please tell us about that.
Yeah, I did. I moved to South Africa when I was 12 with my parents and my brother, and I lived in a city called Johannesburg, which is in the middle of the country of South Africa, and I lived there for almost 5 years, and then I came back to California to go to college.
What were your parents' goals in taking you to Africa?
That is where my dad grew up, so for him it was like going home. So for me, when I came back to California to go to college, it was like going home. And I understood that that's what it was like for him when we moved back there. And he loved it, and he really wanted to share that with me and my brother, this country that he'd spent so much time in and we'd heard so much about. He wanted us to have some time growing up there.
How would you say your experience there affects who you are now?
Well, that's a great question. It totally changed my life. Living somewhere else, living somewhere internationally from where I was born, made me want to travel the world a lot. And when I was in school, and then for the several years after I graduated college, all the jobs that I had were internationally based. So I traveled a lot for work, and I always felt really comfortable in foreign countries, really comfortable on planes. I loved going in and discovering new places, meeting new people. So yeah, it changed my life in the course of my career and things that I loved in the world.
I've heard that you've traveled a lot of remote places. What motivated you, and what did you get out of it?
Well, initially, I was motivated by the desire to see the world. Once we moved to South Africa and I realized how big the world is and how much there is in it, I wanted to see it all. So I traveled a lot for fun, and then the next thing that motivated me was my job. So I was working for an organization called Vitamin Angels, and we did international development, and we worked with mothers and kids around the world that didn't have enough nutrition in their diets. So my job had me travel around the world, and I loved that, but what motivated me was getting to meet more people and getting to hear their stories and getting to understand what their lives were like.
Give us a taste of one of your most memorable
moments while traveling? Yeah. Okay. There was this one time where I was in India, and I was in a market in a city called Kolkata, and I got separated from the group that I was working with, and I had to find my way back to them. And I was really nervous and really scared because I'd never been to this area of the city before. I couldn't tell if many people spoke English. I didn't know how I was going to find my way back. And I met this man who worked for a school there, and I met all these kids, and they helped me find my way back to my group. And they didn't speak English, and I didn't speak Bengali, which is the language that they spoke, but in the 20 minutes that I spent with them, we became friends. And then when they got me back to my group, we all shared a meal together. And that just showed me that no matter where you go in the world, if you are kind to others and if others help you, you can build friendships and you can share experiences with people.
So, we understand that you work for Vitamin Angels. Please tell us a little bit about that.
So Vitamin Angels is a nonprofit organization, and they provide nutrients, so like vitamins and minerals, to children and to mothers around the world who don't get enough nutrition in their diets. So a lot of these kids and their moms, they're eating things like corn or rice or lentils 2 times a day, and that's all they eat. So that would be like you eating cornflakes twice a day and never eating anything else, right? So they don't have meat, they don't have vegetables in their diet. And so the kids, they don't grow the same way that kids grow here in the US, where we get all that nutrition. So kids are too small for their age. They might not be developing properly physically, or they might have a hard time in school, or they get sick more often. So what our programs did is we provided that nutrition to those kids and to mothers who were pregnant or they had small children, to make sure that they were going to develop properly and they were going to be healthy. And when I left that organization, we were reaching almost 50 million children around the world every year.
Wow. Why did you want to work with them?
First, I thought it was a really great type of program, and I would love nutrition myself. I think that I try to be really healthy in my life. I think that health and nutrition is really important for everyone to focus on in their own life. So I really believed in that. And the other part was that the group of people I worked with, they were so inspiring. They worked so hard, and they were really committed to helping people that they'd never met around the world. And I thought that was really inspiring, that you show up to work every day and that you work so hard to help people that you might never meet or might never know, but you want to make their life better.